Hi everyone, it's me, Diana the Doll Fairy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally giving in to a doll trend which I have been resisting for quite some time, and that is the Rainbow High series of dolls by MGA. Up until now, none of the dolls I had fallen in love with. I was like, oh, these are pretty, they're cool. I was enjoying people's photos of them, but I wasn't super interested in getting any of them. Then when I saw series 3 and I saw that some of the dolls look a little bit different, I don't know, there's just something about these that caught my eye a bit more. So here is the quite gorgeous and holographic back of the box with the artwork for the characters from series 3. And I asked on Instagram, which one do you think I got? And most people actually got the answer correct because most people guessed Daphne Minton. Turquoise is basically my favorite color. She caught my eye and I was like, oh, yes, okay, I'm getting this doll. It's also been quite a long time since I actually got a new doll. I've been really strict with myself this whole year, you know, trying to save money for the future and stuff like that. So yeah, but at only $30, I decided it was okay to get this one doll. So we are going to unbox this doll and then I'm going to give her a bit of a new look, do a little bit of sewing for her and make some more outfits because I don't want to change the doll's face in any way. I think it's really beautiful. I just want to do a bit of styling and I think it'll be fun. So here is Daphne Minton. The packaging is really nice and really pretty, very high quality. I tend to think dolls that have this much packaging is kind of a little bit wasteful in terms of the materials. It doesn't need to be this big. However, it certainly looks gorgeous and I, can't deny that. So. Here I'm checking out the articulation of the doll. The joints are pretty good. The real reason I bought this doll is because I really like her face. The inset eyes, glitter eye makeup, and her lipstick are all so lovely. I love her coloring, of course, but also the freckles and the eyebrow shape as well. Daphne in particular has slightly more narrowed eyes than a lot of the Rainbow High designs, and that's another thing that drew me to her specifically. Her hair is a very fluffy and light texture, and I like it a lot. One thing a lot of collectors have said about the Rainbow High line of dolls is that their clothing is high quality. I definitely agree that the quality of the clothing and the intricacy of the designs are impressive. The only thing is that I don't think the styles in general appeal to me personally that much. I'm guessing that these designs are on trend in terms of what's considered fashionable right now, but I'm not really a fan of the way that the clothing items have logos, words, and garish patterns plastered all over them. I do really like the combination of turquoise with gold accents, however. I also love the skirt she comes with, and her shoes are really pretty. Let's take a closer look at the doll's body. There are a lot of points of articulation, which is good. The joints at the hips are really interesting and different from other dolls I've seen, and they allow for a pretty good range of movement. Daphne's second outfit is cute, but again, I feel a little out of my element with the style here. I feel that the jacket looks a little bulky on her. I like the jeans a lot though. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the fabrics I have in her color palette and brainstorm what I'll be making for her. I have some metallic fabrics that I feel would look really nice on this doll. Since turquoise is my favorite color, I actually have a lot of different fabrics in this color family. Tatiana from Moda-Vation Designs recently released a pattern for Rainbow High dolls, which she shared with me. The pattern consists of tall socks, cute underwear, and a cami top. I was inspired by Mako's House on Instagram, who makes beautiful and intricate doll lingerie that I've been admiring for a long time now. Let's try to create something that combines metallic fabrics and lace for a kind of edgy and almost sultry look for Daphne.
It's something different for me, but it's always good to go outside of your comfort zone. Before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare.
Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people like us.
I first became interested in Skillshare when I learned from fellow creators that Skillshare could help me discover all the different forms of art I've always been curious about, but was too intimidated to try. Not only do Skillshare classes allow me to learn new things and experiment, but these classes also replenish my creative energy when I'm feeling burnt out or uninspired. Skillshare classes are for beginners, pros, dabblers, and masters, and include a combination of video lessons and a class project, along with feedback from a community of millions. Most of the classes on Skillshare are under 60 minutes with short lessons to fit any schedule, on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, fine art, freelancing and entrepreneurship, and so much more. Skillshare is ad-free, so you can stay in the zone while you're exploring new skills, and there are new premium classes launched every week. A class I'm taking now is called Hand Sewing Basics with none other than Bernadette Banner, a dress historian and filmmaker who also happens to be one of my favorite YouTubers. An expert on historical garments, Bernadette has deep insight into choosing the right materials, what stitches to use, and how best to execute these sewing techniques for all kinds of garment construction. It's so refreshing to go back to the basics of hand sewing and learn exactly how to improve the quality of my work.
I'm being 100% genuine when I tell you that I am so happy to work with Skillshare as a sponsor, because I truly believe that using the internet to connect people across the globe, to share what they know, to teach and to learn creative skills, I think that's the best thing to come out of this age of global technology, if you ask me. Right now, Skillshare is offering a special promotion. So the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. I highly encourage you to click on the link and try out Skillshare today, and enjoy that feeling of infinite possibility that you get when you browse through their thousands of inspiring classes and realize that there is literally so much to learn and it's all at your fingertips. I love it.
I'm starting with the iridescent metallic light blue fabric for the main camisole and underwear pieces. I'll be sewing the tall socks from some thin black knit fabric. Now, I don't know why, but I just completely neglected to follow Tatiana's instructions for the socks. I think I was distracted by YouTube videos and I just started sewing without paying attention to the instructions. But the instructions are really good and you should follow them. So I didn't sew them properly and neglected to use elastic, but they ended up turning out okay anyway, thanks to the pattern itself being that accurate to the shape of the doll's legs. After that, I followed the instructions for the top and bottoms. For hemming the leg openings, I used tiny clothespins to help me hold the seam allowance in place while using a basting stitch that I will later remove. For the waistband, the pattern calls for a piece of elastic. I use another basting stitch for the top, and then a zigzag machine stitch for attaching the elastic to the top. Next, I sew up the back seam. And then the crotch seam. And the basic underwear is finished. It fits really well. We'll add some flair and details later. Next, let's make the top. The top makes the hemming a lot easier by using a piece of tulle fabric almost as a kind of lining. I pin in some narrow ribbon for the straps of the top. Then I can pin the tulle to the fabric and sew along the top and bottom edge. After trimming the excess tulle and clipping the curves, flip this right side out. And look how neat that looks. We're going to top stitch the middle back edges. Then we can stitch on a snap button for the back closure. The last step would be to attach the ribbons to the back of the camisole for the straps, but I decided to leave the ribbons loose instead so that they can be tied to create a halter top look. I also wanted to create a cute skirt that could be used with the camisole top for some versatility in this look. I used the skirt that she came with to create a very simple pattern. I'm going to use this amazing prismatic black fabric for the skirt, which is just mesmerizing to look at. My process for this was really basic. I simply hemmed all the edges of my vaguely rectangular pattern and used some Velcro for the closure. The Velcro all the way down will make it extremely easy to put on and take off. And now for the fun part, embellishment. I had white, gray, and even aqua colored lace, but I thought I should stick with black to keep the whole outfit cohesive and sort of edgy. Adding the lace along the waistline is something that I maybe should have done before assembling the underwear, but it still worked out fine. That's kind of the story of my life when it comes to sewing. I added the same black lace to the camisole top and to the socks too. I decided to crisscross the ribbons in front and tuck them into the top for a different look. Again inspired by Mako's house, I decided to use a different type of black lace ruffle for some off-shoulder sleeves. I also made her a little choker that closes with a snap button. I have some really cute charms that I've been saving for the right project. I think I'm going to use this rainbow iridescent teardrop pendant for Daphne's choker. I then added 2 smaller teardrops to each side, and I think it looks really fancy. I also wanted to make some kind of harness type accessory, and I feel like this was really outside of my wheelhouse and I wasn't sure how to make it look right. I used ribbon and jump rings to create something reminiscent of a garter for her leg. I also gave her a matching bracelet for her opposite hand to balance out her look a little. I removed the really flashy earrings she came with and replaced them with more of the iridescent teardrops added onto head pins. I wasn't quite happy with everything, so I decided to change up her choker. I removed the really large middle pendant and I replaced it with a rainbowy vinyl star charm. And I think this charm works so much better to bring her look together. I ended up adding another one of these stars to the lace at her hip and those little tweaks made me feel so much better about the final look. What do you think about this look for Daphne Minton? I had fun with this project because it was so different from what I usually do. I mean, it still had lace and rhinestones, so actually it's still kind of my style, but I guess I usually don't make fancy underwear, so making it into a cohesive, versatile outfit was something new to me. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to invite you to check out my many doll customizing videos and subscribe if you like what you see. Big thank you to Tatiana from Moda-Vation Designs for gifting me this pattern. If you haven't used her sewing patterns before, be sure to check out her website, which is listed in the description below, and try them out. She has patterns for lots of different types of dolls, and the instructions have photos and everything to help you learn exactly how to sew the clothing pieces. And thank you to my patrons. Your support helps make the doll magic on this channel possible. I'd also like to remind you that the Doll Fairy now has an official shop with apparel, accessories, charms, stickers, and lots of cool stuff for sale. I designed all of the merch on thedollfairy.com, so head over to check it out and sign up for the email list to find out the inside scoop about upcoming sales and events. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you again soon for more doll magic. Bye!